Hey guys! Welcome to Couple. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. A top Republican senator shocked his colleagues when he suggested, after returning from a trip to Moscow with fellow GOP lawmakers, that U.S. sanctions targeting Russia were not working and the Kremlin's election interference was really no big deal. Now, the senators who joined him for the series of meetings with senior Russian officials are sharply disputing not only Senator Ron Johnson's, RWI, conclusions but also his account of what went on behind closed doors in Moscow. I think the sanctions are hurting them badly both in terms of their pocketbooks and in terms of their status in the world, Senator John Kennedy, RLA, who joined the congressional delegation last week, said in an interview. I don't want to overstate this, but these were very tense meetings. In public, the American lawmakers directly appealed to Russia for a better relationship. But in private, according to the senators who attended the meetings, they confronted their Russian counterparts over a host of issues, most notably Moscow's interference in the 2016 U.S. presidential election. Russian officials were under the impression that only Democrats were critical of Russia for its election meddling and its incursions into Eastern Europe. That's why Johnson raised eyebrows when, after returning from the 9-day trip with 5 of his fellow GOP senators, he suggested that the U.S. should evaluate whether the sanctions currently in place are successfully harming Russian interests because you'd be hard-pressed to say that sanctions against Russia are really working all that well. He also appeared to downplay the significance of election interference, saying it was not the greatest threat to our democracy and we've blown it way out of proportion. His colleagues, who attended the same meetings with Russian lawmakers and Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, had a different impression. Senator Richard Shelby, RL, who led the congressional delegation, said in an interview that he and his colleagues told their Russian counterparts that the worst thing you can do is try to meddle in our elections. The senators also disputed Johnson's argument about the effectiveness of sanctions. The Russian leadership that we met with talked about the sanctions and how they were making no difference, but then they kept talking about the sanctions, Kennedy said when asked about Johnson's comments.